English 6, Unit 4, My Neighborhood. My neighborhood, nơi tôi sinh sống. Vocabulary and grammar. Vocabulary and grammar, từ vựng và từ pháp. Memorial. Memorial. This is a picture of a memorial. So memorial is something, especially a stone with writing on it that reminds people of someone who has died. Đài tưởng niệm. Cathedral. Cathedral. This is a picture of a cathedral. So cathedral is a big church. Nhà thờ lớn. Temple. Temple. This is a picture of a temple. So temple is a building where people go to worship. Đền, miếu. Pagoda. Pagoda. This is a picture of a pagoda. So a pagoda is a building where people go to worship Buddha. Chùa. Palace. Palace. This is a picture of the Buckingham Palace in London, England. So palace is the official home of a person of very high rank, especially a king or a queen. Palace. Cung điện. Square. This is a picture of the Times Square in Manhattan, New York City. Square is a large open area in the center of a town or city, usually in the shape of a square. Square. Quảng trường. Railway station. This is a picture of a railway station. So a railway station is a place where people go to catch a train. Xe lửa. Art gallery. This is a picture of an art gallery. So an art gallery is a place where artworks are on display. Art gallery. Phòng triển lãm. Post office. This is a picture of a post office. So a post office is a place where people can buy stamps, send letters and packages. Post office. Bưu điện. Grocery store. This is a picture of a grocery store. So a grocery store is a supermarket, similar to a supermarket. Grocery store. Cửa hàng tạp hóa. Bakery. This is a picture of a bakery. So a bakery is a place where people can buy bread and cakes. Bakery. Hiệu bánh. Pharmacy. Pharmacy. This is a picture of a pharmacy. So a pharmacy is a shop where medicines are sold. Hiệu thuốc. Restaurant. Restaurant. This is a picture of a restaurant. So a restaurant is a place where people can buy and eat a meal. Restaurant. Nhà hàng. Cafe. This is a picture of a cafe. So a cafe is a small restaurant where people can buy drinks and simple meals. Cafe. Quán cà phê. Bank. This is a picture of a bank. So a bank is a place that keeps and lends money and provides other financial services. Bank. Ngân hàng. Bookshop, bookstore. This is a picture of a bookshop or bookstore. So a bookshop or bookstore is a shop that sells books. Hiệu sách. Bookshop, bookstore. Police station. This is a picture of a police station. So police station is the local office of the police in a town, part of a city, etc. Police station. Trụ sở cảnh sát. Bridge. Bridge. This is a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge in the USA. So a bridge is a structure built over a river, road, etc. that allows people or vehicles to cross from one side to the other. Bridge, cây cầu. Cinema, movie theater. So this is a picture of a cinema or a movie theater. So a cinema or a movie theater is a building in which films are shown. Theater or theater. A theater or a theater is a building or place with a stage where plays and shows are performed. Theater, theater, nhà hát. Convenient. Convenient. It's so convenient. Everything I want is only 5 minutes away. Convenient. Thuận tiện. Inconvenient. I live in a village and the shops are far away. It's very inconvenient. Bất tiện. Modern. Modern. This house looks modern from outside to inside. Modern. Hiện đại. Historic. Historic. Hội An is a historic city with a lot of old houses, shops and buildings. Historic. Cổ kính. Wide. Wide. The road is wide, so vehicles can move very easily. Wide. Rộng. Narrow. Narrow is the opposite of wide. The street is very narrow with a lot of traffic, so we can't move very fast. Narrow. Chật hẹp. Peaceful. The countryside is so quiet and peaceful. There are few people and little traffic. Peaceful. Yên bình, thanh bình. Noisy. Noisy is the opposite of peaceful. My neighbor often sings karaoke until late at night, and I find it extremely boring and annoying. My neighbor often sings karaoke until late at night, and I find it extremely noisy and annoying. So noisy, ồn ào. Fantastic, fantastic. Museums are fantastic places for kids to learn history. Fantastic, tuyệt vời. Terrible. The food was terrible, too salty and overcooked. Terrible. Kinh khủng, khủng khiếp. Exciting. The nightlife in big cities is very exciting, with lots of shops, bars, and restaurants open until late. Exciting. Hào hứng, thú vị. Boring. Boring is the opposite of exciting. Life in the countryside can be a bit boring because there isn't much to do there. Boring. Nhàm chán. Clean. Clean. In my neighborhood, everybody cares about and takes action to protect the environment, so it is very clean. Clean, sạch sẽ. Polluted is the opposite of clean. Look at this picture. India is home to 22 of 30 most polluted cities in the world. India is home to 22 of 30 most polluted cities in the world. So polluted means polluted, ô nhiễm, bẩn. Comparative adjectives. So we compare A and B. A is than B. A thì như thế nào đó hơn là B. So we're going to use these adjectives to compare A and B. Chúng ta sẽ dùng những cái tính từ này để so sánh A và B. A is taller than B. A is taller than B. A is younger than B. A is slimmer than B. A is bigger than B. A is happier than B. A is friendlier than B. A is noisier than B. A is quieter than B. A is narrower than B. A is more cheerful than B. A is more hardworking than B. A is better than B. A is worse than B. So A and B can be things, can be people, can be things, can be peoples, things or people. A và B ở đây có thể là sự vật, vật hoặc là người. Now let's compare the city and the countryside. Chúng ta cùng so sánh thành phố và nông thôn. So can you compare the cities and the countryside? Look at this table. Look at this table of words, which can give you ideas to make comparison between the city and the countryside. Okay, so here are some comparisons of the city and the countryside. The countryside is bigger than the city. The city is smaller than the countryside. The countryside is quieter and more peaceful than the city. The city is noisier than the countryside. The city is more convenient than the countryside. The food in the city is more delicious than in the countryside. The traffic in the city is more crowded than in the countryside. The environment in the countryside is cleaner than in the city. The environment in the city is more polluted than in the countryside. Living in the countryside is cheaper than living in the city. Living in the city is more expensive than living in the countryside. The streets in the city are narrower than in the countryside. The streets in the countryside are wider than in the city. The nightlife in the city is more exciting than in the countryside. The nightlife in the countryside is more boring than in the city. The city is more modern than the countryside. The scenery in the countryside is more beautiful than in the city. The scenery in the city is uglier than in the countryside. The countryside is safer than in the city. The city is more dangerous than the countryside. People in the countryside are friendlier, funnier, and more honest than those in the city. Buildings in the city are taller than in the countryside. Buildings in the countryside are shorter than in the city. Bars and restaurants in the cities are more popular than in the countryside. The pace of life in the city is faster than in the countryside. The pace of life in the countryside is slower than in the city. That's all about this video. See you soon. Thank you for watching.